Hey, what's up guys? Admin Zigzagoon here, and joining me as usual, Prudy Pratt.
Yeah, Busiao.
So this battle is from a Midseason Showdown that we attended some months ago, and my opponent is Joohwan Kim. Joohwan is actually someone that I've faced several times in round 1 of different events. He's a really good player. He's also known as the Sun Guy. He's the guy who always uses Lilligant. He placed 5th at Virginia Regionals this year. So, yeah, let's get right into this great battle. So he's going to send out his Kyurem White and his Gengar, which is Mega, by the way. It's his only Mega option. And I'm going to lead my Groudon Ferrothorn. So what do you think about this, Prudy?
Well, it's good for him in that he likely has Fusion Flare on the Kyurem White, as it's very common, so he can potentially one-hit KO your Ferrothorn. But at the same time, your Groudon puts on a lot of pressure to both of his Pokemon.
Yeah.
He could also potentially have Earth Power or Draco Meteor attacking your Groudon.
Yeah, that's very true. I actually switching my Kyogre though, because as you mentioned, the Fusion Flare is something that I was predicting. Because, I mean, no one wants to just have a Ferrothorn sitting around on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So I switched in the Kyogre in anticipation of that. At this point, I'm not too worried about the Gengar and what it's going to do.
Yeah.
This was a brand new team that he was using, by the way. I mean, he was still using Lilligant and Groudon and Kyurem White, but he had different stuff around it. So the Gengar does go ahead and go for a substitute.
Which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world.
So he does go for that Fusion Flare, and that's, you know, nothing's going to happen there. I go for the Gyro Ball on it, and just pick up the Oko.
Yeah. Very surprising. Usually it won't.
Yeah, that's not Scarf either, by the way.
Yep.
So now he's going to send in his Groudon.
And so now it's looking pretty bad for you. Because you're locked in, you can't switch because of the Gengar, and you're in the sun.
Yeah. So all my Kyogre can really do now is Ice Beam or Protect.
Yep.
So the sun goes up, the Gengar reveals Icy Wind, which my Kyogre just avoids, and that's not going to really matter on Ferrothorn. And his Groudon goes for the Sword Stance.
Yeah. Meaning it either didn't have a fire move, or didn't have a rock move, or wasn't mixed, you know.
Right. And Joohwan is actually, I don't think he's carried a fire move on his Groudon all season.
Yep.
So I go for an Ice Beam onto the Kyogre, onto the Gengar to take out its sub, and the Gyro Ball to finish it off.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get that lock off of me.
Yeah. Especially with the Icy Wind speed drop on Ferrothorn, it boosted the power of Gyro Ball just a little bit.
Right.
Enough to pretty well guarantee that it would KO there.
Yeah. So he brings his Musharna, which is really interesting. I'll go ahead and switch out the Kyogre so I can get control of the weather later, and switch in Thundurus. So he goes for that Pressure's Blades. I really should have protected Ferrothorn here. I guess I wasn't afraid just because I knew he wouldn't have a fire attack, but I should have been afraid still.
Yeah.
So Musharna goes ahead and sets up Gravity.
And that's a problem.
That is very bad. So I bring in my own Groudon. My Groudon is min speed. He protects his because he doesn't know how fast my Groudon's gonna be. I go ahead and taunt the Musharna. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be Metal Herb or not, but it's not.
Get the Precipice Blades off for general damage on the Musharna.
Yeah. Doing over 50%, but he is Citrus Berry.
Which is pretty bad for you right now.
Yeah, and Musharna is a very bulky Pokemon, by the way. It just takes hits for weeks.
Yep.
So my Thundurus can't really do much. I don't carry HP Water on this one, so I figure I'd just go for the 1 in 4 chances for it to not move. But he's gonna get his +2 Pressure's Blades off. That just OHKOs my Groudon, takes my Thundurus to Sash.
Easily, yeah.
Really bad.
The crit mattered there on the Thundurus.
Very much so. I mean, it wasn't super effective or anything.
Nope.
So he has no attacking moves, and the struggle KOs my Thundurus.
Yep.
Pretty terrible.
Don't see that too often.
So my last Pokemon left is just my Kyogre. The last time that I faced Joohwan, he was min speed Groudon, and I didn't notice earlier that his sword stance went before my Kyogre, and I thought at this point that I might actually be faster. I protected trying to potentially get out of gravity. I wasn't sure how many turns had passed.
Yeah. And Taunt does wear off.
Yeah.
But he ends up outspeeding you.
Yeah, he is faster this time, so that's just really bad for me. Sword stance really pulled its weight in this game for him.
Yeah.
Without it, I don't think he could have won because I was just KOing stuff really fast in the beginning.
Yeah. The Gengar and the Kyurem you took out almost immediately.
Yeah. But great game to Joohwan. Maybe I'll beat you someday, guy.
GG!
GG, man.